Hey everyone, Fuzzy Barbarian here, again with another Zombie Army 4 Dead War video. This one's the Return to Hell DLC, Chapter 1, Hell is Just a Frame of Mind. I'm going to show you how to find the 9 documents, the 2 heroic actions, the 6 comic pages, the 4 zombie hands, and how to complete the combo of 120 to complete the challenge and get the gold medal. I recommend putting this on a 2-player easy setup. You could put it on 3 players to help with the combo, but it does make it a little bit difficult, and you can still do it with 2 players. But if you do it with 2, put on combo boost and combo extension to help. As far as the other 3 perks, I recommend 3 perks that perk your health and stamina, as in taking damage from your stamina. You can pretty much go with whatever defense perks work for you. I think I might put on hardened in place of my stamina perk, actually, because there can be enemies spawn randomly in this DLC. And if you get a lot of melee enemies like creepers or something that rush you, hardened will be a real lifesaver in the final section. So yeah, I'm going to go with rejuvenation, hardened, and enhanced vigor. I'll be using the divine blast melee as well for healing, and Zoe for faster movement, and also her sprinting costs less stamina. The M1 Garand, MP44 and Webley will be my weapons of choice. You could go with the trench gun as well, but I think the MP44 is probably a little bit more useful in this level. Although I don't really use the MP44 that much, so I'm probably, I don't know, I'll probably struggle with it a little bit maybe. We'll see. Anyway, the way this new DLC works, unlike other episodes of Zombie Army 4 Dead War, other chapters, is the levels are procedurally organized. The tile sets remain the same, but they are put together in a different way, and the enemies are also randomized. So you never know what enemies you're going to get, where they're going to come from, or which collectibles you'll be obtaining in what order. So you won't be able to follow this walkthrough through 100%. However, the locations where the collectibles actually appear within the tile sets are always the same. So once you get a familiarity with where the collectible is, you should be able to find it no matter where it appears in the order in your game.
Baron Umbra! Come out and surrender yourself!
Alright, with that said, we'll go straight in, pick up some stuff before we go in.
I am.
Shoot that radio. Now, there's a dude floating above the top of us, and he's going to bang on a little bit with a monologue, as villains do in Hell. Then he will fly around, and there will be a random door open up down the bottom here. It'll be one of 3, I think. Could be one of more than 3, actually, maybe 4. Yeah, there it is. Either way, there'll be one door that opens up, and that's the one you can go through. Again, just be careful. Any enemy can appear at any point. So you could get like a flamer or a gunner here, or you could get a mob of creepers, or yeah. The other thing is, because these levels are put together randomly, you have to be a bit careful when it comes to one particular collectible. All the other collectibles are found along the path no matter which way the level organizes itself, but there's one which is Comic 4, which can be a little bit difficult to find because it is off the beaten path. It's kind of in a little cave with a car, and you have to find the entrance to it. It could be here at the start, it could be after the first major encounter, or it could be after the second major encounter. And it's possible to get blocked off from it, I think. So I have missed it before in trying to do this run. I wasn't even sure it spawned. It was that difficult to find. So I probably did, I just couldn't find it. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is look around before you follow the compass. My recommendation is when the compass is pointing in a particular direction and you're in these like cave areas in between each major area, well, I think there's an enemy there, yeah. That's what I was talking about. Enemies spawn randomly, and we got a flamer while trapped. So we're lucky this is on easy mode, otherwise that would have been a real problem. So yeah, what I was saying is the compass will point you in one direction. When you're in these cave systems, it's a good idea to kind of not go in the direction of the compass, just to wander around and explore to see if you can find any way towards that 4th comic that you might miss by following the compass. Once you've explored the area everywhere and you're pretty sure there's nowhere to go except to follow the compass, then move forward. And I say do that for each time you're in these cave levels, which occur between every major encounter. So the cave towards the comic did not spawn here. There was no cave, no path, nothing like that, so we can move forward. This is the first major encounter, but it could be one of 3, I believe. In this one, there's a zombie hand and a document. The zombie hand, you'll see the volcano over the back there. If you look down below on a railing, you'll see the zombie hand. The document is just behind us, right next to where we start the encounter.
You must be stepping into a reconstruction of one of Schweiger's memories.
Alright, now that we've done that, the encounter starts. We could have opened up these to see if there were traps and everything to place around, but on 2-player easy mode, it's not too bad, so I'm not really worried about that. Plus, even though I'm getting all of the collectibles and challenges and a gold medal, my personal goal is to try to complete this entire mission in under an hour, so I don't really want to delay myself by running around setting up traps. But if you want to do that, by all means have at it. Snipers can appear here, but again, enemies are randomized, they may not. The worst combination to get, I personally think, is snipers and creepers. When they're hoarding you around your legs and you have to do long distance shots down the scope, it becomes really troublesome, especially if you get them in if you do this on like 3-player or 4-player mode. It really is hell. It lives up to its name. So yeah, there's nothing really to do here except kill enemies. It's basically horde mode. You can try to get your 120 combo here. You should try to get your 120 combo here, but you may not. There's usually less enemies here than there is in the other 2 major areas. And also there's a lot of enemies at the end where you might be able to get it. However, I recommend getting the combo before you get to the end, because the end can go slow or fast depending on your enemy spawn. What you're really looking for is, well, you don't want to miss any of your shots, that's for sure, because you'll be pushing to get the combo on 2-player mode if you miss any shots. But what you're really looking for is an officer like that dude over there who can raise enemies from the dead. If you can keep an officer like that dude over there from dying so that he keeps raising enemies from the dead, then you should have no problem in getting your combo so long as you pace your shots. But remember, 2-player mode is a little bit more difficult. You need the 2 combo perks on, combo boost perks on, and you need to not miss your shots. There are some birds around that will help you max out your combo, get a couple of extra kills or keep your combo going. But I don't think you're really going to have much of a chance of getting a 120 combo in this particular area, so I'm personally not really worried too much about it. If I can get it, I'll get it, but if I can't, I can't. I'll show you the area. I'll tell you about the area in a moment where you're more likely to get your 120 combo. And here, like, I can't remember if I missed a shot or not and reset my combo, but 96, so yeah, I'm way off 120. Doesn't really matter. Plenty of more opportunity to come. I left this guy alive hoping he would raise some people from the dead, but I think he just, I don't know, I think he got dumb and confused and just pretty much stood in this cave doing nothing for the whole time. Let's hope we get one of him later on, in a spot where he doesn't get confused. So we can just move on. There's no more collectibles here. We've already obtained them all. The next 2 collectibles are in the next area. Remember, this is all randomized. Whatever enemy you get between here and the next area will be random. We've got a buzzsaw dude. This area is always the same though. Even though the enemy can be randomized, the actual area won't be. So once you finish that main area, whether it's first, second or third, you'll always come to this section. And in this section, you can get a document and a comic. I will actually put down a couple of mines here. It's not too... Even though I want to try and complete this within an hour... Oh, you can shoot that to open this door, by the way. I think I'll put some mines down because enemies spawn in groups, so the time it takes to put the mines down, you know, will actually be time well spent, because you should be able to blow up a lot of enemies at once when they spawn in if you place a mine here and over in the other area that I just did. I'll just reload and then we'll grab the comic and the document and start the area off. So come around here to the left for the comic. And the document is pretty much unmissable. It's where you set the encounter off. Let's just see if there's anything good here. Nope. Okay, right here for the document. And we'll start the encounter. Now, with this encounter, enemies are random, the type of enemies you get, and their spawn area will be one of either the middle, left, or right. Again, randomized. Usually an elite comes out fairly quickly. This time we've got the gunner. Could be anything. If you do this on 3-player mode, you'll have 2 elites to deal with. Now to make this go faster, I want to get his weapon, so I'm going to head up there and hopefully not die. I do like the MP44. I usually prefer playing with the trench gun, but there's so many minions that can spawn in randomly with this mission that I think the MP44 is your safer bet. Very dark. Yeah, this mission for some reason is extremely dark. There's a lot of dark areas. I normally have been doing most of this series in 2K quality, but I decided to put this into 4K quality just so that you can see the areas a little better. It may make the game a little choppier to watch. I'm not 100% on that just yet, but I think it's probably a decent trade-off if it's a little framey versus being able to see. I don't know. I might regret that decision later on, but hopefully it's still alright to watch. So a bunch of enemies spawned in from the left and right, I should say, and blew up with those traps that we put down, making this area go nice and quickly.
Oh, it got me!
I see now, voice. You speak.
Alright, that was pretty good.
Tell me your name.
The worst guys I think to get to spawn are snipers, creepers, and flamers. If you get that combination, that's a real pain in the ass. But we're good to go. So okay, now once we've completed this area, we're going to move into the cave system again. And again, this is random. It'll be one of the 3 different, or I don't even know if it's 3. It's randomized. So it's a bunch of tile sets put together, and the best thing to do, I kind of try to hug the left wall as much as I can to see if I can find a gap to go through. I haven't really been able to find any placeholder icons or specific things in the map to help navigate it. It's just really confusing and it's really dark. But try not to follow the compass unless you've checked that there's nowhere else to go. Only follow the compass when you're sure that you've inspected everything.
Schweiger did this to himself.
Schweiger.
And also, it doesn't hurt to go a bit slower. See, the compass is pointing that way, and I can follow it because I know for a fact that there's nothing behind us because we've already checked that. A lot of these, they're the same tile sets from earlier, but now they're just opened in another way. But typically you're going to find the 4th comic in one of these where it says break Schweiger's chains. It's 1 of 3, and then there's 2 of 3, and then there's 3 of 3. You'll find the 4th comic during one of those. So it's a good idea not to rush through these sections until you are sure you've exhausted all possibilities, because I can tell you from experience you will miss the fourth comic if you're not really methodical in between each of these areas. What you're really looking for is there's kind of like a fiery pit with a cage hanging near it, and you want to be on the same level as that cage. When you see a fiery pit with a cage hanging on it, you'll know that the fourth comic is somewhere nearby. So we know it's not there because we just checked everywhere, so I think we're good to proceed. I'll just do another double check, make sure I didn't miss anything. Hopefully, because I've recorded this in 4K, you'll be able to see. A lot of the time when you upload videos to YouTube, they get a lot of banding in dark gradient-like areas. So hopefully, because this is in 4K, even if it's a little framey because my PC may be struggling to 4K record this and play it in 4K at the same time, but hopefully you'll be able to see well enough. So I don't know if you can see, but I'm trying to avoid following the compass until I've checked every nook and cranny for the possible entry to this hidden collectible. I think we've checked everything. I think I can move forward. Yeah. Yep, we can just go forward. That's enough. It's not here. I think it always spawns in. Well, I'm not 100% sure. You see this like fiery looking area like here? You're looking for something like that, but where you can't drop down and you'll see a cage. There's nothing there, so this isn't it. And yeah, I don't want that. You be willing just to, I don't know, double back as much as necessary. Like one of the hardest things why it looks a bit weird the way I'm walking around is sometimes the torch doesn't follow where you're looking, and you have to kind of... Oh, there's the cage. So, okay, we found it. See, that's why it's worth walking around. Everything looks kind of like the same, and had we followed the compass, we would have missed this. That's the cage you're looking for. So it's going to be around on the left of that cage somewhere. You want to... Maybe on the left, maybe a bit further straight through. It's definitely going to be here though. If you see that cage, you know it's here. And there it is. That's the comic we've been looking for. And that's why it's really important in between these major areas that you've searched for that particular comic. Now that you've got that comic, now we have that, we can just keep playing for the game, following the compass, because every other collectible is along the main path, no matter how the procedural randomization occurs. So we're good to go now. That's the hardest collectible to get in these runs. So I'm pretty happy we found that in Break Schweiger's Chains 1 of 3. So we don't have to explore all the next two and waste more time. May still have cut me down from being able to complete this within an hour, but we'll see. We got through the last section pretty quickly before searching for that comic, so we might still be on track. Okay, finally we can move forward. It can be quite really difficult to navigate through those darkened areas when the torch doesn't always shine where you want it to. Sometimes it gets locked where you're... Maybe locked where the game thinks you're aiming as opposed to where you're facing or something. I'm not really sure. Maybe it's a glitchy thing. But sometimes I just find my torch sticks to some areas. Now there'll probably be some enemy to deal with around here. Nope. Sometimes there'll be some enemies to deal with before you open this. Alright, this is the next major area. When you come into the area and you notice there's like dead trees everywhere and there's these birds on top of that log up top, what you want to do is immediately hook it forward and to the right. There's a building to the right and there's a heroic action to complete in that building. Don't go up and touch that. It's tempting. If you do, this guy will die. You must run straight to him and take out all the enemies on this top floor that are coming at him. Alright, that's our first heroic action. Next thing is a document inside this building. Might as well grab that before we start the encounter. Well, I'm tempted to start the encounter anyway. Yeah, zombie hand.
I think I'm beginning to understand.
That's the second zombie hand, and now the document. I was kind of tempted to start the encounter, but I think I'm on good time. I still think I can do this within an hour. Not that it matters, it's not like a challenge or anything, I just want to do it personally. Something to do. Alright, let's start the encounter now anyway. Enemies again will spawn in randomly here, either on the left, right, or in the middle. There are no other objectives to do, you just got to kill them all. It's pretty easily done if you make use of the propeller over in the corner there. So I'll take out as many as I can, then I'll try and lure as many as I can to the propeller, especially when an elite comes out. I actually find that propeller really useful if there's flamers here, because sometimes you can get flamers as well as fast moving creepers. It can become really troublesome. But with the propeller, you can just annihilate the whole lot of them at once. I'm also not worried about my combo here. I mean, I probably should be, but there's another area that we haven't had yet that is almost a guaranteed 120 combo so long as you're careful. I mean, you can screw it up on 2-player mode and you can be unlucky if it doesn't spawn the right kind of enemies, but the chances are high. Oh, we did get a flamer, so I'm going to use this propeller to kill the damn dude. That's the end of him. There's also a machine gun up top here, but I find if you don't have the perk on that enables you to remove it from its mount and carry it around, you just end up getting caught and hit while you're on it. So I wouldn't really bother with it. Oh, okay. Oh, right. Yeah, don't stand in this area, because if you're unlucky enough to get those spawning, you're in trouble. That really hurt. I should have known that. They can only spawn in 3 locations, and they'd already spawned in the middle and on the right, so it was absolutely given that they were going to spawn on the left where I was standing. So that was pretty funny. I'm in a habit of reloading my rifle constantly, but I don't have the perk on that enables me to reload the weapon unless the clip is fully empty. So that's why you're seeing clip not empty coming up all the time, because I keep trying to do it. It's a habit and I can't break it. I'll have to put that perk back on. Can't remember what the perk is, but maybe if there's a season 4 follow-up to this mission, which I think there will be, then I'll fix that problem. There we go, clip not empty. So you can see I only got 86 there. I don't know if I missed any shots or not, but I wasn't really trying to get the combo here. I think you're going to be very lucky to get 120 combo in this particular location, no matter how good you are, because it just doesn't spawn enough enemies. Alright, so we got the heroic action here, we got the document here, and we got the zombie hand here, so we can move on. Enemies that spawn along here will be randomized. These running skeletons are really good. They're just so easy to kill. In this area, there's a document, I think.
The Hellstorm!
It's on a like a notice board just next to where we start the mission, which is what I was saying before. Nearly all the collectibles are along the normal path. The only time they're not is that 4th comic, which we already have. So you don't have to spend any time struggling and searching for collectibles once you get that 4th one. So yeah, right here on the notice board. So we've got 5 of our 9 documents, 2 of our 6 comics, and I think we've got 2 of our zombie hands, and we still have a heroic action to go. Most of that will be in another tile set that we haven't experienced yet, and there's one just here on the left. I'll see if I can grab it before the enemies all pop out. It's a bit of a risk doing this, but we'll grab this comic as fast as we can. Right, now we need to go back to where we were. They're spawning there. They can spawn either on the right, left, or in the middle again. And there will be an elite somewhere. I'm also going to keep my eye open for any officer that can raise the dead. If we get a spawn of one of those dudes, we could possibly get 120 here maybe. Oh, there's one right there on cue. Alright, so I'm going to leave him alive and let's see if we can get 120 here. I don't think we can. I don't think enough enemies will spawn here to give us the 120. Although, if another officer spawn that can raise the dead, then we absolutely should be able to. I'm not sure we'll be that lucky though. So from here on, just don't want to miss any shots, and we'll test this out. Ultimately though, I might be wasting my time testing this out, but it'll be interesting to see. But ultimately the second last major encounter is, which is going to be my second last major encounter, will be the best one for getting the combo in. For you, it could be your first major encounter, or it could be your second major encounter because it's randomized. But you'll know the encounter once we get to it. I'll point it out. You'll see it. They're all pretty easily distinguished from each other. So we're up to 70. There's a bunch of enemies. We might do it. Depends whether or not this guy shoots at me or raises the dead. Right now he's shooting at me. If I get out of his line of sight, he might raise the dead. It's going to be pretty close. 19 more kills. If he raises enough dead, we could almost do it. The problem is though, sometimes they'll just shoot, or if they can't see you, sometimes they won't do anything. It's a little bit, it's also random. It's going to be very close. Kind of just taking my time here to give him a chance to raise some dead. But he's not going to, is he? No, I think he's being an idiot. He's just going to shoot. Yeah, he just wants to shoot. Oh, he's going to raise some dead now. He raised one. He literally raised one. Oh well, alright. So, there's no way he's going to raise any more dead. He just wants to shoot. So we'll just kill him. Doesn't matter. I maybe could have waited, but if I did that, it would ruin my chance to complete this in an hour, and we'll almost certainly be able to get 120 combo in the next major encounter. I could go back and get a heal and some more ammo, but because we waited too long for that guy to raise the dead, I don't want to waste any more seconds.
Thank you, my
So yeah, now we're back in, like you can see, break Schweiger's chains 2 of 3. If you hadn't found the 4th comic, the one that was near that car, by this stage, then you want to search this area for that same cage hanging above the lava, and then try and find it nearby. Otherwise, we don't have to though, because we've already found it, so I can just move forward.
Please, Ephron, if anyone is ultimately to blame, it is these friends of yours. Who tore away your psychic defenses when they betrayed you?
And here's the next one.
You are victim of powers you...
So that's a document, and
Their very presence here...
thought that might have been a medkit for some reason. Alright, so 3 comics, 6 documents, 2 zombie hands, and 1 heroic action. Most of what we need now we'll be getting in the next area. We can just move forward.
Has lost control.
They were merely a means to an end. And still, the last of them meddle with powers beyond their comprehension. They put the fabric of reality itself in danger. I alone understand, so I alone can stop them. Unfortunately for you, this traversal of hell is another ritual.
I don't know if these, there's a couple of dolls around this area. I don't know if they actually open up any secrets. They might, but I haven't found what they are, and if they are, the secrets that they generally open are usually nothing interesting. They're usually like, you know, if you open up a safe that had a secret on it, you might get an ammo attachment or something crap like that. So I don't even bother with them anymore. I don't consider that to be a part of 100%ing these levels. There's another doll there. I'll shoot him anyway, and if I see a rat with a, you know, a red walkie-talkie or bomb on it or whatever it is, I'll shoot that too, but mostly I don't go in my way to look for them anymore like I used to.
Not giving up.
So basically this entire mission is about breaking Schweiger free of his entrapment in hell. Yeah, so these are creepers, which are a pain in the ass for the MP44. Much easier to deal with these guys with a pallet spreading shotgun. But these are the worst guys to get in this mission if you also get snipers and flamers at the same time. So it's going to be my luck that we get that in the next section. Sometimes when you go through this door here, sometimes there can be a screamer immediately on the other side, so I recommend crouching and creeping through there just in case. On easy mode it's not too bad, you can kill screamers fairly easily with weapons, but if you're doing this on hard mode or on 3-player mode or something like that, it's not quite as easy. Alright, this is the major area where you are likely to get your 120 combo. Also, there is a document here.
Yes,
We only have 2 documents to find now.
I never believed it shouldn't.
There's an attachment box over there. I'm not going to bother with it. In fact, there's a couple of collectibles around this area, but you can't get them until you complete the next encounter. So let's start the encounter. Enemies will spawn up the back, on the left or on the right. Don't miss your shots here. This is where we have an opportunity to get our 120 combo, and if any officer spawns that can raise enemies from the dead or send more enemies after you, don't kill them, leave them alive.
Prepared specifically.
So we're going to hope for that. Buzzsaw guys are really annoying. They're particularly annoying here because it's a very confined area, and if you're on 3-player mode or above, you're going to get 2 of them.
The books of Umbra say rituals like
There are also a couple of birds up the back, and they'll hang around for the duration of this fight, that you can't scare them off. So if you get close, if you get like 118, you can run to the back and shoot 2 birds to get to the 120. It really is that tight on 2-player mode. If we do get a 120 combo, it'll be between 120 and 130 without missing a shot. So for that reason, just take your time with your shots. Don't spam. Make sure you don't miss, because the more you miss, the faster your combo timer goes down. And okay, we have a dude that's going to be raising dudes and sending them at us, so that is perfect. I'm not going to kill that officer. I'm just going to kill all the enemies that he's enraging and running at us.
Engaging the horde!
It'll get a bit hectic, but that's why this area is the best area for the 120 combo. There's a lot of enemies. You can't really miss because you're kind of confined with them and trapped, but I mean, you can miss if you don't take your time and aim up, but all you need is just one, because there's 3 chances for an elite to spawn that can cause more enemies to come at you. You've got a good chance of getting the 120 combo here. If you don't succeed with the 120 combo, like I'm trying to get all challenges and collectibles done in one run, which is about the hardest thing you can do on this particular level. If you can't succeed with that, then just start the level up again with a like 4-player setup, and you'll get your 120 combo challenge completed straight up. But it'll be hard. The final level of this is very hard, so maybe try it on 3 players first before you try it on 4. But with any luck, like we're already at 1-6. I think you've got a pretty good chance, like a 90% chance of getting a 120 combo here, as long as you do it like this. And just play smart, leave any enemy alive that can give you more enemies. Alright, there's the combo. We can get rid of this guy now. If you got to like 118, you could turn around and go and get the birds up the back. Also, you can also, if you look through the train behind me through here, sometimes enemies will spawn here. Oh, actually, not this time. This time we got a screamer. Alright, we'll ignore him for now, and you could have kept your combo going there if actual other enemies spawn. Sometimes snipers spawn, sometimes screamers or whatever. I mean, yeah, screamers spawn there pretty frequently. Anyway, that's another of our collectibles. I'm just going to heal up. Now, with this screamer, see if I can sneak up. I didn't really want... This is about the worst enemy for me to get here. I think I should open fire on him, but maybe I can just kill him quickly if I don't know why I'm doing this. I want to complete this level in under an hour, and this is certainly not going to help. I'll push my luck. I'll see if I can crawl right up behind him and insta-kill him. Usually doesn't work. For some reason, even when you're crouching, as long as you walk, they still hear you. He's going to hear me for sure, but you never know. Yep, there we go. Okay. Have to shoot him. So that was a waste of time. The next collectible is here, but I'm just going to kill this. He's already lost sight of me. I could actually ignore him here. And of course I had to reload at that moment. This is alright, he went down pretty easy. Okay, next collectible is here. So we only have 1 document to find now. And we also have 1 heroic action to complete, so we're going to complete that now. First though, there's a zombie hand, and it's right here. I would have shot it when I first came in if that screamer wasn't there. Okay, and now we only have 1 zombie hand to get as well. Now the next heroic action is when you come out here, if you look way in the distance, there's a dude out there fighting by himself. You have to take out all the enemies that are climbing up on the silo to get to him.
was nothing.
Alright, that's all of our heroic actions done.
There, survivors.
In this area, there's a couple of crates where you could put traps around. Again, they spawn on the left, on the middle, and on the right. Enemies, again, will be random. However, because that screamer cost me time, and I also fart-assed around a bit looking for the 4th comic, I'm just going to trigger this and not lay traps anywhere. But yeah, if you run down the bottom, there's some crates, and there may be some traps you could put around the place to help speed things up.
Away from me!
Yeah, I'm not a fan of these grenade dudes either, but if you can take them out before they get close enough to you to hurl their grenades, then they're actually nice slow enemies. So it's not too bad to have them spawn in a wider open area like this. If they spawn in that last encounter that we had, they can be really troublesome.
I was born.
I don't think enough enemies spawn here for you to get a 120 combo. You really need to have done it in the last area. It is possible you could do it in the very, very final encounter, so long as you ignored the objective of the encounter and so long as you have some officers that spawn repeating enemies that raise enemies from the dead. I think you could get 120 in the final encounter. I haven't done it myself though, so that's just a theory. The best place to get it is in the encounter just before this. Okay, this is going to be dangerous. Alright, I want to get out of here before his flame explodes. Oh, no I don't, because... Alright, I'm going to burn. Flamers are a pain in the ass enemy to take down, but once they drop their weapon, it's really good. You can kill tons of enemies with a flamethrower in a very short space of time in these mob runs. So I want his enemy, his weapon, but I don't see where he dropped it. Am I blind? Did he not drop his weapon? Nope, doesn't look like it. So flamers are really awesome when they drop their weapon. Not like this guy who definitely didn't drop his weapon. Maybe it fell off the edge. I don't know. Anyway, his weapon's not there. So yeah, once again, you can see my combos getting up to 92. These guys are almost all gone. But if you were struggling with getting your combo done and you had an officer here, again, you'd leave him alive and let him raise enemies from the dead and you might be able to get your combo here. Same goes for every single area. There's surely going to be one area, one encounter where you will get an officer that can raise enemies from the dead. Almost certainly, but... So just try your best. Otherwise, if you're really, really struggling with getting that combo, you'll probably have to do this on 3-player setup, which is a hell of a lot harder, especially in the final encounter.
We have the means to begin Plan Z when the time is right.
Alright, so we just follow the giant orange ball. The next collectible is right at this door. Very easy to run straight past, but it's right here in the corner after this cutscene. Okay, that's our 5th comic. Only one to go. And that final comic will be in the final area. So we only have one zombie hand and one document left. And we can get the zombie hand right here. It's on the right.
I understand what
So I just ran straight past with all the shaking.
you in a web of hopelessness.
And you'll see it on top of like a crane. There's a dude trying to get to it
That you had
underneath it.
choice. But they can't.
Alright, that's all the zombie hands obtained.
Too late, Bruno.
And
Heart
we
understand.
have our document right at the end. Oh, okay. Enemies are random here. You get who you get.
Has begun to crumble.
I can pick up his weapon, but I don't think I can carry it out with me. There it is there on the outside. Okay, so that's our final collectible, and we just have one more comic to get in the final level. I picked up this weapon, but I think it's a waste of time. Yeah. I think every time you come out of here, you face this, like, climbing spot, and you can't climb the final part with a heavy weapon. Alright, so now we just have to make our way to the cathedral, which is where we started the game. At the start of this, I was saying that you can't backtrack to get that fourth comic. This regroup at the cathedral moment is that point. If you go into the cathedral, you will trigger the final scene and you will not be able to backtrack. And I don't even think you can go around the edges to try a different route to find the comic. If you missed it earlier, you will just have to start, I think, again from scratch. So yeah, it's a good idea to explore those caverns as much as you can in between each encounter. And basically don't give up until you find it. Alright, this is the final encounter, which is hectic, and on 3 and 4 player mode is insane for a solo. Especially if you get fast running ground enemies and snipers and flamers. It can be mega difficult. Be a lot of fun, I think, in a group of 4 though.
Change the form of the world.
Alright, so the final collectible is on the left. When you spawn in, basically you want to just run all the way to the left until you see like a light in the distance. You can see that light in the distance. That marks where the collectible basically is. And it's underneath this bucket right here.
Oh, well, you gave me the idea when you said he had no
And that's it. Okay, we've now completed all the challenges. We've found every single collectible. I think we already have the gold score, and we just have to now complete the mission. And this mission is basically run to each of these blood fountain thingies and
We could overload
shoot enemies, and enemies getting shot drains this thing of blood or something. So drain blood from the Baron's ritual, it says. So basically you just got to shoot enemies, and
It's our only chance.
that's the dude you've got to kill. And he splits off into bats, and the more of him you kill, the faster this goes, I think. Or maybe it's just enemies until the final phase. Probably just enemies. Not sure if he contributes at all, to be honest. I'll have to take notice of that circle in the middle of the top screen. That fills up. I have to take notice of that when I kill one of the Barons and see if it affects it any more than any enemies. But in the final phase, definitely killing the Barons is what matters. But I think you can end these phases by ignoring them. Not that you will, but you just have to find one, kill one to see if he has any noticeable impact. That was too hectic. I couldn't tell. I think he did. I think he didn't.
The fountain is almost full!
I think just, yeah, you don't have to focus on anything except killing enemies. Don't worry about the Barons yet. In fact, the Barons may just burst into... He did something. I don't know. Anyway, kill enemies, kill everything. That's the rule.
And you expect to succeed alone?
Umbra, how does it feel to have this power stripped from you?
A minor setback. Let us see if this feels like a mirage.
The tablets of knowledge
Same deal here. Kill everything.
have never truly seen.
Alright, that was a Baron right from the start. Yeah, I don't actually think the Barons contribute to drain blood.
I got him! Target's down.
I don't know if you always get snipers here. I can't remember, but snipers and armored buzzsaw guy. About the worst. That's a pretty bad combination. Not the worst combination, but and that's why you can see I took a lot of damage there. That's why that maximum health regeneration perk is very, very handy for this final section because it can get extremely, extremely hectic.
This is little more.
I said creepers and a flamer and snipers are the worst to get, but apparently creepers and buzzsaw guys and snipers are also bad. But the good thing is you don't really need to do anything except run. As long as you can create some space, if you've got that maximum health healing perk, you'll always have about half health if you get enough distance. So just run and kill these dudes as much as you can. I don't think there's any other way to make this go quicker. You just got to kill as fast as you can. Finally. That dude was getting really annoying. Alright, so the drain blood thingy is almost done. Okay, it's done.
These are things.
And these are just rinse and repeat. They're just the same task over and over until the final task where you have to kill the Barons themselves.
The truth is you hunger for the safety of control. This is why you place yourself at the center of everything. Und yet
This changes nothing. All you do is delay the inevitable.
Okay, we have creepers and a flamer. All we need is the sniper, and my wish has come true.
only by manipulating others.
But it's still okay though if you get the flamer down fast, like I did there, and you can get to his weapon, because there's no better weapon than a flamethrower for these mob runs. So let's see if I can get to that weapon without getting killed.
You cannot break my spirit.
See, and now I can just mow them all down. So it's the worst combination to get until you kill the flamer, and then maybe it's the best.
Wait!
This is a pretty fun final mission. It's pretty hectic. I'm not a fan of trying to locate collectibles in procedurally organized levels, but the actual mission itself is pretty fun.
Knows no end. Better to
Okay, so now we're at the stage where we have to put an end to the Baron. That means we've got to find all the Barons and kill him until the final Baron
Creepers have found us.
is left for us to kill. The final Baron he'll spawn up on this altar. Until then, you've just got to run around, survive, and find them all and kill them.
And none of them really.
I'm not sure if there's like a real Baron and you're trying to find the real guy, and one of these well actually is the real guy. I have no idea. All I know is run around, every time you find a Baron, kill him.
Supposed to be this strong.
You have forced me to confront my weakness. My flaws are uncomfortable, but they are.
There's got to be one around here somewhere. This section can go very quickly if you can spot the Barons.
It can still hurt me. That's just.
There he is, I think. Yep, but I need to
I cannot think.
get out of there.
My mistakes. I can only accept them and
With creepers running around, it's really easy to die fast here. So you got to be careful.
but not your failings.
Just got to
You cannot escape them. You are fueled.
kill this guy. So there's another Baron somewhere. Or maybe they only spawn in when you've killed a certain number of enemies. That might be it, because I don't see one, unless I'm blind. Very dangerous to reload with my back to the enemies. That wasn't smart. There's one. Yeah, so these two guys spawned in. They must have spawned in after I killed a certain number of enemies. Creepers are the worst. I'm going to heal up, just in case there's another wave of creepers. But there really should just be one more Baron around somewhere. Or an enemy to kill to spawn him in. Maybe these creepers need to be killed to spawn him in. Kill them and we'll see what happens. Yeah, it was a good idea to heal. So I'm pretty sure we've only got to find one more Baron. We've killed them all. Alright, there he is. And now the main Baron should spawn in up top. And we can take him down. And that's it. That's the entire mission completed. With all collectibles, all challenges, the gold medal, 100% complete. It's about the hardest mission I think so far in the game, to do everything in one run. And I think that's about 59 minutes, so I think that's been done in under an hour as well. So I'm pretty happy with that. And looks like we're locked in hell. I guess Season 4 is going to be escaping from hell. Alright guys, well thanks very much for watching. I hope this has been helpful or enjoyable to watch. And I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.